Thank you very much, Wambiru. As you can see, we are enjoying a boat ride, and you can be sure it's not the Titanic of 1912. We're talking about the Rusinga Festival. This is an annual festival that takes place every year, and it is meant at preserving the culture and traditions of the Abasuba. What we're doing is a boat ride, and this is what both domestic and international tourists who are going to be making their way to the Rusinga Island are going to be enjoying. In day one, we'll have various activities, including visiting the bird sanctuary. We are made to understand that birds from all over the world, actually from as far as Europe, from those islands that you can see, come to the bird sanctuary here in Rusinga. They breed, then take a holiday all the way to South Africa, then come back and, pick their young ones and fly off to wherever it is that they came from. That's the uniqueness of the ecosystem around the Rusinga Island. Also, we're going to be visiting the Mfangano Island, as well as just viewing and seeing some of the artifacts and cultural artifacts that the Abasuba hold dear to them. But before we talk about why the Rusinga Festival is actually very important for our tourism at a time when the country is focusing on increasing, the dollar liquidity, or rather frequency within the country, and the tourism industry is a direct foreign income exchange earner. I'm going to be joined by one of we are calling him a coxswain today, who is taking us through this particular tour. He can give us a brief of why Rusinga Island Festival is a place to be. Hello, how are you? Tell us your name, tell us what you do and what you think about, the Rusinga Island Festival.
Yes, my name is Samba Julius. I'm from Mbita, Rusinga Island.
Tell us more about the Rusinga Festival. How many people have already arrived? How does it look like when it comes to a tourism product?
Rusinga Island, Rusinga Festival is one of the cultural. We usually do it annually. That is from 21st to 23rd every year. That is in December. We are expecting a lot of visitors, especially on day 2. This is day 1, and we are going to have a few visitors as the numbers are concerned. I'm not usually sure of the total numbers we are expecting, but usually on day 1, we expect few members to attend.
So as a festival, as you host a festival every year, what impact does this festival have on business in general? Not just, the transportation, not like we in the boat, but how does the island itself respond to this festival in terms of business?
In terms of business, we usually have a lot of visitors from various places, various counties, and we expect a lot of expectations from them. One of the expectations is the tourism attractions. Most people have never come to Rusinga to view a lot of things that has been happening. So we are expecting a lot of expectation, a lot of visitors, a lot of goodies. You can name them.
A lot of goodies. Now, this particular festival is also geared as preserving, the Suba or the Abasuba culture. Would want to know, are you from the Suba community, and what is so unique about the Suba culture in itself?
I'm very sorry, I'm not from the Suba community, but I'm from the Rusinga Island. Mm-hmm. Yes, I come from Siaya, though I've been staying here for a lot of years.
So you've come all the way from Siaya to make a living here in Rusinga. Exactly. So what have you enjoyed most about, living among the Abasuba, who are predominantly, placed in this place? We understand history. They came all the way from Uganda. They found a home in the Rusinga Islands.
Rusinga Island, as far as I know, one of the expectations is that the Rusinga Island people are very friendly. They like visitors from all the places. They are welcoming. Rusinga Island is a very good place to stay in. There's a lot of security. There's a lot of food. So many things.
So what is your staple food? Where I come from Meru, but I'm here in Rusinga. And for us, we pride ourselves in saying, "Gotogo tempara, kwetu hakuna njaa." So looking at, within this Rusinga Island, what do you say is the staple food? And also the main economic mainstay for the people within Rusinga Island?
The main economic activity is fishing. That is, most people depend on fishing, that is going to the lake for their daily services. Mm-hmm. That is where we get fish. That is where we get food. That is where we get our daily bread and everything we depend on.
So you can say food. Your main dish here is fish.
The main dish is fish.
Okay.
It's fish and ugali. That is the main fish. That is our main dish.
Okay.
Yes.
Now tomorrow we're going to be having a series of activities, including boat racing. Are you going to be participating in the boat race?
In fact, I'm one of the referees in boat racing. We shall be starting at Lure. Lure is one of the islands just next to Rusinga Island. We are expecting a lot of boats, both women and men. It's not the engine type, it's the coxswain. That is, we are using paddles. That is the one that we used to have traditionally. Yeah, so we are just using paddlers and nothing else.
So how long is the distance, from one island to the other?
From one shore to the last point is about 500 meters off the shore.
So what do the winners get? If I wanted to participate in this, what do I require? And at the end of the day, what do the winners get to take home?
The winner, in the long run, the winner takes it all, and the winners will be provided with life jackets. The winner will be provided with T-shirts and a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yes.
Well, Wambiru, you've heard it. Just in case you're wondering why we are all smiles, is that this is an open festival. It also attracts domestic tourists. And for the first time, I have heard that women are going to be participating in this particular boat race. And they're doing it the traditional way. It's not going to be motorized like what we are actually using to cross over to the islands where we are participating in these excursions for day one, but they are going to be using the traditional method, that is paddling.
Yes.
This particular boat race is going to include women as well as the men. And as our guest has said, is that it's going to attract international and domestic tourists, as well as, ensure matters of safety. Some of the winners are going to take home some safety equipment, including life jackets like this one, as the island looks at improving, its attraction sites to attract more domestic tourists as well as international tourists. An annual event that takes place every Thursday to the last Thursday of every year before Christmas. So if you're thinking of, for your Christmas travel, well, you might as well consider Rusinga probably next year and participate in one of these activities, including the boat race. Now back to you, Wambiru, as we continue to enjoy what Rusinga Island has to offer for both international and local tourists. Back to you, Wambiru.
Well, thank you so much, Regina Manyaro there from Rusinga Island.